When I watched Revenge of the Sith for the very first time, I remember seeing Palpatine turn into a monster after his fight with Mace Windu. And I always thought that this was his actual face, that it was just his mask coming off. However, the older I've gotten, the more I've just realized that Palpatine's face was, in fact, just distorted by his deflected Force lightning. It's actually become a pretty debated topic, if it was his real face and he was wearing a mask the whole time, or he just became disfigured, especially because the sources of this information come in the form of books, all of which aren't canon. However, I'll try to do my best to explain the whole thing. So there are two explanations from two separate books that I believe give the best explanation of what really happened, or at least better explanations than the books. The first comes from the Revenge of the Sith novelization by Matthew Stover, which, by the way, George Lucas, according to Matthew Stover himself, had direct supervision over. In this book, we find out that the Force lightning that Mace deflected back to Palpatine did not only melt his skin from the heat, but his bones actually bent and deformed from the very pressure of his own lightning. Also, it's important to note that Palpatine wasn't surprised. He, in a weird way, was pleased when he checked himself in the mirror. He even said metaphorically, "And so the mask becomes the man." So this tells us that Palpatine was not wearing a mask, in a physical sense. That his face was indeed disfigured by his own lightning. And also that what he turned into did not surprise or anger him at all. And most importantly, it doesn't contradict the second explanation in this video. That coming from the Darth Plagueis novel. It's here we learn that back when Palpatine was still an apprentice to Plagueis, his old master told him that some Sith that were so devoured by the dark side would actually have their physical forms corrupted and reformed by the dark side. And he describes it as yellow eyes, bones deforming, and pale skin drooping, which is quite literally what we see Palpatine's face become. And in this book, Palps even fearfully asks Plagueis if it will happen to him, to which Plagueis says that he doesn't know and not to worry about it because it's basically the dark side revealing a Sith's true form. Overall, with some sources being weirdly less canon and more canon than others, it's really up to speculation. But if you ask me, I believe Palpatine's face that we see before his duel with Mace was in fact his own face and not a mask. However, I also believe that that face we see after his fight with Mace was the dark side reforming his face and in a weird twisted way revealing who he truly was in the dark side, Darth Sidious. Anyways, that was today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, then drop a like. Also, chances are, if you enjoyed this video, then you might also enjoy some of my other ones, as well as my future videos, so if that is the case, then subscribe. And if you're going to hit that button, might as well turn on notifications so you get notified when I upload. And with that being said, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and as always, may the Force be with you all.